Here we have orders and transportation information of June. We're having number of orders, drivers, names, items they delivered, and the destination of delivery. We need to calculate how many orders made in June, meaning we need to count how many orders made in June. So we're going to use the count function. We're having main three types of the count function: count, CountA, and CountF. The main function or the main usage for the count function is to count number of cells that have value. For example, here we need to calculate number of orders. So in cell K7, okay, we're going to insert from the insert function a count function. Select the orders we made to know how many orders did we make. We're having 12 orders, okay. If we counted them, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay. So what if I deleted one of them? Okay, the number of orders now is 11, deducted by 1. So count is counting only cells that have value. Okay, if we're having an empty value, it will not be counted. It should have value to be counted. For example, if we're having 0 here, it will be counted or not? What do you think? Click enter. Yes, it will be counted. 0 as a value. So having an empty value in a cell, it will not be counted using the count function. If it has a 0, it's a value, so it will be counted. Control Z. Okay. So what is the difference between count and CountA and CountF? The difference between count and CountA: count is only counting numbers. It's used for numerical value. CountA can be used for any values, for numerical values, for text, for anything, for date and time and so on. So we're using count only for counting numbers. CountA will be used to count any values, text, date and time, even numbers could be counted by CountA. We can try CountA, delete the count from insert function. Okay, if we didn't find CountA here, it should be in statistical. Okay, again, select any function and count with the first letter of the function. So I'm just clicking C. Okay, here we have count and CountA, and a description will be displayed here. Counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. Okay, select numerical values here. They are 12. So what if we selected driver's name? Okay, so again, delete, insert. Okay, search for count again. I'm clicking on C, CountA. We're gonna try driver's name. Okay, yeah, something else. We're trying something other than the numerical values. Okay, they are 12. So CountA will count text value. It will count letters and words and so on. So they are 5. What about CountF? Why do we use CountF? we're using CountF to count a range according to a certain criteria. For example, here we need to calculate number of drives made by each driver. Okay, we need to calculate how many drives made by John May. Okay, select cell D19 and insert a CountF function. Why did we select CountF? We need to select from the range here names of drivers, and our criteria will be John May. We're having two options: to type the word John May here in the criteria, make sure it has the same spelling, the caps letters should be caps, the lowercase should be lowercase, and so on. Easier, we can select the cell. Okay, John May. They are two drives. Okay, the second driver as Peter White. Okay, can we like fill handle? Is that correct? No, we're having a different criteria for each driver. In each CountF, we're gonna select the name of the driver. So we're gonna do Peter White again from here, CountF. Okay, and the range as the name of the drivers. Okay, my criteria this time will be Peter White, and make sure you're selecting Peter White from the range. If you're gonna type with your hand, it's okay, but if you're going to select the name of the criteria or the criteria, you need to select the criteria from the range. Okay, so it's 3. Okay, to make sure we can count here the name of Peter White repeated 3 times. He made 3 drives, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, we're gonna make last one George Remy from here, insert function CountF. Again, our range will be the name of the drivers, names of the drivers, and the criteria is George Remy. Here he made 2 drives. Using the same function CountF, we're going to calculate number of items delivered to Boston. So from the range here, we need to know how many items delivered to Boston. So how many times Boston is repeated here. Okay, we're going to select the cell G19. Okay, insert a CountF function. Again, our range will be the destination, and the criteria will be here, Boston, 3 times. Here we have 3 orders delivered to Boston. We're gonna do NY, CountF, select the destinations, and the criteria is NY. 5 items or 5 orders were delivered to NY. Here we're having a sample on how to use SUMF. Okay, we need to calculate the total sales, so we used the function sum to calculate the total sales from week 1 to week 4. Then we need to calculate the total income by multiplying here the total sales by the price, so equal the total sales here multiplied by the price.
and then we're going to replicate the formula. I guess you can count all movies, but we're gonna do it quickly. I'm counting names, so I used CountA, and my range is here. If we need to know how many DVDs do we have in the range type, definitely we're gonna use CountF. Okay, my range as type and criteria will be DVD. You can do the rest of the functions. We need the sum of the total sales, the maximum, the minimum, sum of the income, maximum of the total income, minimum, and so on. Here we have the part of using SUMF, where we need to calculate the total income of DVDs. Okay, put your mouse here and cell N6. Then from insert function, we're gonna use SUMF. My range will be type. Okay, we said before the range will be the range where you're going to select your criteria later on. So my criteria here is DVD. Put your mouse here in criteria, select DVD, and for the sum range is the sum I need to to get the total of, or to get the summation of. Here I need to calculate according to the total income. Okay. I'm gonna do the comedy one. Blu-ray, you're going to select the same range, but this time your criteria will be a Blu-ray. I'm gonna select the comedy from insert function, SUMF, genre, and the criteria will be comedy, and for the sum range it will be the total income again, and click OK. Here we have different criteria, but I need to calculate not Amazon sale. So put your mouse here in cell Q13, insert function SUMF. I need shop from here, so I'm gonna have my criteria as Amazon. Remember, the range will be the range you're going to select your criteria from. Then sum range, he said total sales from here, but he didn't say Amazon, he said not Amazon. So I need all of the sales except Amazon, meaning I need to add this sign, which means you need to not, the sign means not Amazon. Okay, and to make sure everything would be correct, I'm gonna type Amazon with my hand. When you are using greater than or equal, for example, not equal, you need to type the criteria with your hand. So Amazon, sorry. Okay, then we're having our range correctly. With the same way, we're gonna do the rest of them. Virgin, HMV, and so on. This is how do we use SUMF function.